You catch yourself in a mirror and something looks off. Your ears seem bigger than they used to, wider, longer, heavier on your head. You check old photos and sure enough, they were smaller. Not a lot, just enough to notice. Everyone says it's normal. Ears keep growing your whole life, they say, like it's a fun fact and not a slow-motion change to your own face. Except your ears are not growing. Something much stranger is happening, and it's been happening since before you were born. In 1995, general practitioner James Heathcote did something no one had bothered to do before. He measured his patients' ears. It started as a joke. A group of doctors got together to brainstorm research topics, and someone asked, "Why do old men have big ears?" A few in the room thought it was obviously true. Others weren't sure. So Heathcote decided to find out. He walked into routine clinic visits with a standard ruler, asked 206 patients, ages 30 to 93, if he could press it against the side of their head and measured from the top of the ear to the bottom. No special equipment, no imaging, just a ruler and a question. What he found was consistent across every age group. Ears got longer at an average rate of 0.22 millimeters per year after age 30, every year, without stopping. He published the results in the British Medical Journal under the title, "Why Do Old Men Have Big Ears?" and closed his paper with a line that still hasn't been answered. Why ears should get bigger when the rest of the body stops growing is not answered by this research. The first explanation most people reach for is gravity. Your outer ear is made of elastic cartilage, flexible, bendy, with no bone holding it up. Over decades, gravity pulls down on that cartilage. The skin stretches. The earlobe, which has no cartilage at all, just fat and skin, droops. Meanwhile, your face is losing volume around it. Cheeks thin out. Fat pads shrink. Bone shrinks back slightly. Against that shrinking frame, a slowly stretching ear looks even bigger by comparison. It didn't grow. Everything around it shrank while it sagged. That explanation is simple. It makes sense, but it's incomplete because 0.22 millimeters a year is not nothing. Over 50 years, from age 30 to 80, that adds up to more than 1 centimeter of measurable new length on your ear. Gravity can pull things downward, sure, but can it add over a centimeter of length to a structure? Something else is happening inside the cartilage itself. And when researchers finally cut it open and looked, what they found was worse than sagging. In 2001, ear and throat surgeon Ichiro Ito collected cartilage samples from 26 people's ears, ages 14 to 79. He stained the tissue with a dye that highlights elastic fibers, the tiny strands that give cartilage its ability to bend and spring back, then put them under an electron microscope. In young people, the fibers were uniform. Same thickness, neatly wrapped around each cartilage cell like tightly wound wire. Organized, compact. In older people, those same fibers were shattered, fragmented into different thicknesses, tangled together, surrounded by cellular debris, tiny broken-off particles and stray fibers that didn't belong there. The internal scaffolding of the ear wasn't stretching. It was collapsing from the inside. That curve of cartilage at the top of your ear. Right now, if you're in your 20s, the fibers inside it are neat and orderly. By your 50s, they'll look like frayed rope. That's not aging the way people usually mean it. That's structural failure. Later research put numbers on the collapse. For every year past 55, ear cartilage loses roughly 1% of 2 key proteins, the ones responsible for flexibility and bounce. But the third protein, collagen, the one that makes cartilage rigid and stiff, stayed the same. So with each passing year, your ear gets less flexible and more brittle, harder to bend, worse at springing back. The worst possible combination for resisting a force that never ever lets up. The strangest part of this isn't what's happening to your ears. It's what your brain is still trying to do with them. In 2020, neuroscientist Daniel Strauss attached electrical sensors to the skin around people's ears and played sounds from speakers at different positions around the room. He was measuring something most people don't know exists: the muscles that move your ears. You have 3 sets of them: behind, above, and in front of each ear. They're still there, still connected. And Strauss found that when an unexpected sound played from one side, the muscle behind the ear on that side fired, involuntarily. The participants couldn't feel it, couldn't see it. The movement was less than 0.3 centimeters, invisible to the naked eye. But the electrical signal was clear. Their ears were trying to turn toward the sound. Strauss called it a neural fossil, Brain wiring preserved from roughly 25 million years ago, still sending commands to muscles that no longer do anything visible. Back then, in early primates, those muscles could rotate the ear toward a sound, a branch snapping in the dark, movement in the bushes. The system let an animal locate danger without turning its head and giving itself away. Cats still do it. Dogs still do it. Your brain still tries. Your ears just don't listen anymore. 25 million years, still running. So here's where you are. The structure of your ear is slowly collapsing from the inside. Gravity is pulling on tissue your body stopped repairing. And buried in your skull is a 25 million-year-old system still trying to aim your ears towards sounds it thinks might matter, sending signals to muscles that twitch but can't move. Your ears are not growing. They're an artifact of a body that was built for a shorter life and a world where hearing the wrong sound 1 second too late meant you were dead. Your body runs on a budget, not money, energy. Every calorie you take in, every act of cellular repair, every protein rebuilt and fiber replaced costs something. And over hundreds of thousands of years, natural selection made a decision about how to spend it. It poured resources into the systems that keep you alive long enough to have children. Your immune system, your brain, your ability to heal from a wound before it kills you. It did not pour resources into maintaining your ear cartilage past age 40. It didn't need to. For 99.9% of human history, average lifespan sat around 30 to 35 years. Your ears were built for that window. The elastic fibers, the structural proteins, the repair systems that keep cartilage flexible. All of it was calibrated for a body that would be gone before any of it started to fail. No one survived long enough to notice their ears changing shape. No one lived long enough for gravity to win. The design worked, not because it was perfect, but because it didn't have to last. Then, in roughly the last 150 years, life expectancy in developed nations doubled. We didn't just add a few years. We added decades, entire second lifetimes that the body never planned for. We built medicine and sanitation and shelter so effective that we routinely reach ages our biology treats as a rounding error. And now we're living long enough to see the seams. Your ears stretch, your joints wear down, your eyes stiffen, your spine compresses. None of it is malfunction. It's the warranty running out on a system that was never built to last this long. Your body isn't breaking. It's performing exactly as designed. The design just assumed you'd be dead by now. And that's the part that's hard to sit with. Not that your ears are changing, but that the change has no purpose. There's no adaptation happening, no signal being sent. Your body isn't reshaping your ears because it needs them different. It's just stopped maintaining them, the way a building stops being maintained when no one's paying for upkeep. The structure stands for a while on what's already there, then it doesn't. Think about that the next time you notice your ears in a photograph. What you're seeing isn't growth. It's not your body doing something new. It's your body stopping the maintenance it was never programmed to continue. Losing a slow fight with gravity it was never designed to win. While somewhere behind your ear, a muscle still twitches toward a sound. A reflex from 25 million years ago, still firing, still trying to rotate an ear that gave up moving before your species even existed. You're not watching your body grow. You're watching it outlive its own blueprint.